Hello pilots and welcome back to another X-Wing flight video brought to you by Out of Arc Gaming. As always, my name is Phil and today we have more than 2 ships on the board. We have full lists using the XWA points. We finally, Flight Academy's over, so we thought let's actually have some proper games. We've got myself versus Ben and this is Assault at the Satellite Array for you. And joining me to discuss this we have...
It's James, back on the channel for yet another exciting game of X-Wing, I'm sure.
I mean, this was a good game. It's been a while since I actually played this game, so I can't remember exactly what happens, which is probably a good thing, because when doing the commentary, if I'm too familiar with the game, I'm trying not to
Yeah, you can't
foreshadow
hold back
what's
from
happening.
spoiling something.
Yeah,
I get that.
It was a good game. It was nice to be able to get the Republic on the board. It's been such a long time since I played Republic, so it was good to get them out.
Yes, so what did you bring?
Exactly. So I got jealous that Andy was using Anakin, so I thought Anakin Skywalker in the Y-Wing, 6 points with more upgrades than you can shake a stick at. He has Instinctive Aim, Dorsal Turret, Plasma Torpedoes, Veteran Turret Gunner, R3 Astromech, Proton Bombs, and just to round off, Munitions Failsafe, because I had a point spare. We also have Obi-Wan and Mace Windu, both in the regular Delta 7s, with Brilliant Evasion, Marksmanship, R4P17, the CLT on Obi-Wan, Compassion, Brilliant Evasion with CLT on Mace Windu, and 2 V-Wings with Oddball, with Marksmanship, R4 Astromech, Alpha 3B Besh and the Seismic Charges, and Klick with Marksmanship, R4 Astromech, and Alpha 3B Besh. Breathe.
Take a breath.
And a slightly smaller breath needed, but what's Ben running?
Yeah, Ben's got an interesting Scum list. So we've got Han Solo in the Scum Falcon, running Trick Shot, IG-88D, Lando Calrissian, Engine Upgrade, and the Millennium Falcon title that's Lando's title. We've got Ketsu Onyo with the Lancer class Pursuit Craft, with Clan Training, Savage Press Crew, and the Shadowcaster title. We've also got Forlom in the G1A Starfighter with Advanced Sensors, Mandalorian Crew, Mist Hunter title, Jamming Beam, and although it's not on the overlay, he does also have Elusive as a talent.
An elusive upgrade, that's why it's not on there.
Ah, I see what we've done there. And then we have, now I don't know how to say this person's name, but I'm going to just say Tabusk in the Hawk 290 with Protectorate Gleb and the Moldy Crow title.
I would also go with Tapusk, mainly because I'm terrible at knowing how accents work on things, but yeah, really interesting list and kind of scary. I think Han Solo with Trick Shot.
Yeah, I mean the Han Solo Trick Shot title combo is very nice. Just before we recorded this, we were going through the lists, and I asked you about the IG-88 crew because it's there just to give an action to take 2 calculate tokens.
Yeah.
And I was asking you, why do that? And you pointed out that the Millennium Falcon's title.
Lando Calrissian crew, actually.
Oh, is it Lando crew?
Let me check.
Sorry, Lando crew, not the title. That's, yeah. Lando crew is after you roll dice, you may spend 1 green token to reroll up to 2 of your results. So that gives you basically an extra charge for that.
Yeah, it's a really cool upgrade. Like a really cool combo that you sort of have to like dig down to find, but when you find it, like, that's actually pretty good, and it's not all that expensive. I mean, 7 points for that, but
yeah, 7 to get a reroll on dice. Really, it's not specific dice, which is nice.
And if needs be, you could just change one with a calculator anyway.
Well, there is that as well. And then the rest of Ben's list is, I described it to you earlier as kind of mean. Like,
yeah,
Han goes, "Oh, you're stressed. Here's some bad stuff." Ketsu goes, "Oh, you're here. I'll just tractor beam you." Fallen goes,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're not stressed. Here, take one," and then that triggers Han's ability, and then the Hawk,
The person, yeah.
sure, can stop regenerating of tokens, which I'm sure will be very annoying for a bunch of Jedi who have Force.
Yeah, that's going to be quite frustrating. And looking at Force, Anakin's already spent one and gone all in with the Plasma Torps. Got one hit, but Plasma Torps takes another shield, so not too bad there.
Early Plasma Torp is always what you want to see when you're shooting them.
Yeah. Instinctive Aim on that is pretty... Whilst it would be nice to have target lock for the mod, Instinctive Aim is really handy. And again, I have essentially stolen this from Andy's run in Flight Academy, but adapted it for multiple targets with the Veteran Turret Gunner and R3 Astromech. So
yeah, in a dogfight, I can absolutely understand the advanced Proton Torp. But in a game against multiple targets, particularly like shielded targets, then your other ships can take advantage of the damage.
Yeah, I love Plasma Torps. They are really, really solid. They're such a cool munition to have. Taking that extra shield, again, especially when you're coming up with every ship on the opposite side has 2 shields. If I only get 1 hit through, I'm stripping shields off most or getting them down quite low. So, and then obviously all of these are quite chunky as well. So to be able to do as much damage as possible. I mean, Anakin's my chunky heavy hitter. The rest of my ships are
they're not
fairly fragile.
Healthy.
No.
4 health
What
each.
they have is speed. They've got speed on their side, and hopefully I won't get too badly tractor beamed by the Shadowcaster, which it's so nice to see the Shadowcaster. I love that ship. I've had so much fun with it in the past. It's great to be able to see it back on the board.
I do like its design.
Yeah.
It feels just Star Warsy enough to fit in.
Yeah.
While still being quite a unique silhouette.
And that's what I like. When you look at most ships in Star Wars, if we exclude like your more sort of like TIE fighter variants, most things have a distinct silhouette, and even when you do get down to those TIE fighters that change.
We've got, like, you look at any of these little silhouettes next to each ship, you go, "Oh, I know what that ship is."
Yeah, there's no question of which ship it is. The only ships you sometimes have to question are the ones which do cross the barrier. So, like, you see a TIE fighter, you're like, okay, is it an FO? Is it an Empire one? Is it an SF? The T-70 and T-65s, like, you have to look at the name next to it. But generally, you see them on the board. Like, if you saw the actual physical models for the 2 X-Wings, you know exactly which one's which straight away.
Yeah, so are the engines fully round or are they cut off is the usual go-to for me. Looks like we've got some questioning going on from Ketsu, going for a target lock on, is that Klick?
That is Klick indeed. I don't know if I'm going to like that. Klick's in a little bit of an awkward position. So, especially with Ketsu, her ability is...
Yeah, I mean, it's right in that bullseye. So that's going to trigger, let's just go over this. So Ketsu is at the start of the engagement, choose one ship in both your main arc and turret arc at range 0 to 1. If you do it against 1 tractor token. So I don't know if that's actually in range for that though.
It'll be very close to range 1, and obviously we can't see the arc from here, but I can imagine that it's going to be facing forward.
And then after she lands a hit, if they are in the turret and front arc, the defender gains another tractor, well, it gains a tractor token, but in this case it would be another.
So obviously tractor tokens don't stack with their ability, so it doesn't double drop the so you get tractor token, you lose 1 evade dice, but it doesn't double drop it, and you also can't double track. You can, whilst you can assign 2 tractor tokens, you can't double move a ship with tractor.
Now whilst Klick is going to take quite a lot of hits here, he does have his ability at least triggering on fall on to prevent the range bonuses because he has fall unlocked.
Yes.
And also, like, of all of your ships to get ganged up on, Klick is what, 3 points? 3 points.
He's very
He's not
cheap.
one of your Jedi. He's maybe the most disposable. I know
would say yes.
clones aren't always disposable to the Jedi, but
Yeah. Don't say that. Don't say that too loud around the clones. They might get a bit upset about that.
But Plo Koon
yeah.
isn't here to make an argument against it, so I'm sticking with it. I also feel like
Yeah.
it's kind of Mace Windu's attitude to the clones.
Yeah, very much so. But I mean, you look at where the majority of Ben's ships are. If Klick survives this round, it'll be very impressive.
Yeah.
But it's likely to keep that fire away from everything else. Like, Oddball is far enough back at the moment. He's obviously disengaged to come back in. The Obi-Wan and Mace are doing exactly what done. Oh, that is range 1.
I think the only real thing would be, yes, he's going to take quite a lot of damage from Ketsu. But I don't know if Tupusk is going to finish the job. And he's actually initiative 4, so he does shoot before Forlom.
Yeah.
But
as long as
he survives
Ketsu...
the whole round, especially now he's got that tractor token. Yeah. I will be impressed.
And it looks like Is he being moved?
I think there's just a bit of TTS stuff with the token.
But he is being moved forward, which I think might actually get him out of range 1 of Ketsu there, because looking at where the arc was a minute ago, I think that just takes him past the curve. So whilst that might be beneficial for Forlom, who will obviously look to do his like big Forlom stuff, I'm not sure if that was definitely the right choice.
I mean, you've already taken the target lock with Forlom.
Yeah.
So that's almost guaranteed to be your shot.
Yeah. I'm just bringing up Tupusk.
Yeah, let me check it. It was something about during the end phase, before an enemy ship in your turret arc recovers a recurring yellow or force charge, you can spend 2 of your charges. If you do, that ship does not recover whatever it's trying to recover.
Yeah. Not bad, not great, but that is shot from Anakin into Forlom because Han was rude and moved out the way.
I mean, that's what he does. It's a fast ship.
Yeah, 2 shields down on...
Made the Kessel run in 13 parsecs.
Absolutely. Having to explain to my son about that the other day, because he was just like... It was one of those conversations that sometimes comes up, so having to explain it to him was quite fun.
It's like, look, they made a mistake when they wrote it the first time, but then they decided to try and wrangle it out in some really convoluted way. But it was still fun entertainment when they put it to screen.
Yeah, and they did a good job. It worked.
And I do like the joke of it's 13, but Han always rounds down to 12 now. I really like that. I think that fits Han's character really nicely.
Oh yeah, I mean, Han always likes to big things up, and let's see how big this shot's going to be, because that's going to be going into Anakin here.
Klick is... Ooh, okay.
Oh, that's not good. And I don't know if...
No. Oh, yes. Oh yeah, it took a log. That's still a terrible reroll from the log.
No, that was actually from the calculate reroll. So that was the rerolling, because yeah, calculates there. They're just behind the ship, unfortunately.
Oh, so I'm seeing the wrong shit. I'm looking at the wrong thing. Sorry.
Oh, looks like Oddball does sneak. Oddball does just sneak Han in up there. It is obstructed, so it does give some more dice, but shot is a shot, and yeah, spend that focus. Nothing going through. That's fine.
Who are we over to next? There's a lot of ships. I need to pay a bit more attention to who's shooting. Oh, also, what range is that?
That was range 3, but it was bullseye, so calibrated laser targeting is
ready.
Just lovely.
And the focus.
Absolutely.
Very nice shot from Obi-Wan.
Nice evade there from Ketsu.
Also, I think potentially a missed opportunity for marksmanship.
Because of the amount of shields wouldn't have made any difference.
True. But I always feel like it's worth doing. Just
Yeah, absolutely.
otherwise you
I'm
get into a
pretty,
habit of not doing it, and then you miss an opportunity.
I'm pretty sure whilst we were doing it, we did mention. I did sort of say, "Oh, obviously you've evaded, so I'm not going to do." Oh, it does keep it in range 1. Klick's
Well,
in trouble.
by Klick.
Yeah,
Is he named that because
I
that's the last thing they hear from him on the radio?
most likely. Oh, and spending Savages.
I mean, that's at the very least
Definitely shields down.
Yeah.
Oh, up with 1. This is
Still got,
survivable.
well, still got
Ish.
what, 3 die attack from the Pusk to live through because of the multi-code
Yeah.
fighter.
Also, Topus being a 5 as well.
Yeah, I have no
That's
idea who that
kinda
is.
I'm, again, not familiar. He was from the Fugitives pack.
I mean, I assume he was someone important because he has access to the title. Oh, he's that guy. He's from the Kanan comic. Yeah, he's like the
Right,
one who
yeah.
like brings Kanan on board.
I was going to say, it's most likely he'd be from the comics, because a lot of the ones from, like, Fugitives, Phoenix Cell... Oh, double evade from Klick, he still lives. On the overlay, I've just realised I've been putting the damage onto Oddball. I'm pretty sure I do amend that and get that right later. But it is definitely Klick in the middle there. He's the blue one. Yeah, I was saying Fugitives, Sky Strike, and Phoenix Cell was all to do with like Rebels and like the comics that went around that as well. Oh, that's a good shot there from that's Mace Windu. So shields are down on Ketsu.
Okay.
Klick does get a range 1 into Forlom.
I mean, Ketsu is the most expensive ship in Ben's list, so it does seem like the prime target to go for.
Yeah.
Plus, with those.
Unfortunately, that's not the roll. You put the dice down. That's a shame.
Okay.
I mean, at this point, I may as well spend that tiger lock to see if I can get the damage. I know I can't then use it to stop the range 1, but I'm
I think you've accepted
guaranteed the damage. Yeah. Shields are down on Forlom. He is half pointed. Obviously, it's assault, so there's no points for half. But with it being assault, I need to get Ben's ships down as quickly as possible because he has the base advantage on me.
True, yeah.
So that's where he's going to have solid advantage. That's
Is that enough?
oh, he's got the lock.
You spent the lock.
I mean, he's got the calculator as well. So I mean, I was surprised he did the calculator as well, but that is.
I mean, that's as good as
disrespect.
it's going to get, but yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, you marked off Oddball.
I've marked off the wrong one. I'm pretty sure I do go back and fix that. But that is definitely Klick down. Klick is the blue one. So if I don't pick that up later, I'm pretty sure the Oddball and Klick are the same.
They are the same points. They're both 3.
So points-wise, it will still be right.
Correct.
But we'll see if I fix that in a bit.
Yeah, I think the lists are fairly even with each other. There's shenanigans on both sides, but I think it's fairly balanced. Your point about objectives, though, I had forgotten about the large base rule in this scenario.
Yeah, so I need to either really swarm an objective or really hurt some ships quickly. So we're looking at it. Forlom is a very scary piece. So is Ketsuonyo. I actually think that the combination of those two is much scarier than Han, especially because Forlom, if he is near Han, can really boost his ability with that stress mechanic.
Yeah, Han on his own is a nuisance, but not necessarily a threat.
Yeah.
Whereas, yeah, Ketsu and Falon can be, well, evidently deadly.
Yeah, I mean the tractor beam mechanic for Ketsu Onyo is really, really cool.
I mean, it's
It's
why
fun.
you play that shit, really.
Yeah.
I don't even remember who the other pilots are. I know Sabine's one, but you never see her used.
You got Ketsu, Sabine, and let me just have a look actually because
Ventress, that's the other name.
Ventress, yeah, Ventress is quite scary because she also gets the Force as well.
Yeah, but
And
being able to
Disney
double
has-
down on tractor tokens, because tractor tokens don't really show up that much.
Not
and
anymore.
Not many players are really prepared for having to deal with them.
Yeah, they
It's also
changed
so
the
easy
tractor
for her to
mechanic.
trigger it. You just fly
Yeah.
up to her and go, "You're in front of me, great tractor."
Yeah, I mean they changed the tractor mechanic so it was, whilst it's good, it wasn't as good because you couldn't like tractor a ship onto an obstacle, you couldn't tractor them off the board. They gave you the option of rotating, which I've used to great effect before. When a Nantex decided to do its tractor shenanigans on one of my B-Wings, put it out of arc and I went,
Or
I can
how
rotate, right?
easy it was for some ships like Ketsu to apply the token, it was too strong. But I think
Yeah.
at this point, the trade-off seems worth it.
Yeah, absolutely. And obviously for it to work, having to have the forward and turret arc.
Yeah, you're giving it
In
the
the
turret
front,
as well.
Yeah. So, but one other thing that I do love about this ship, large base ship with a 5k turn.
Yeah, I, there might be another one now, but I'm pretty sure it's the only one that can do that.
So I'm thinking possibly the Scimitar is the only other one because the Ghost has got a 4k, hasn't it?
Yeah, the Ghost has a 4K. Falcons have a 4K.
I think the Scimitar might have a 5k. Just getting there now. Sorry, the
So
Sith,
I get a little bit muddled in the middle here.
bringing it up. Yeah, the Sith Infiltrator also has a 5k. So, and a 2 sloop.
Oh.
But yeah, it's obviously getting a little bit chaotic in the middle. Oddball's decided he wants to join the fray. And
Han's got a nice little line just down the end there with a nice line of obstacles to duck behind.
Absolutely.
Yes, he moved a bit early there.
Yeah, Anakin's supposed to go first. Then time for good old Han to go. Yeah, that is a nice little line for him to run down there.
I mean, obviously, people watching can go back and check. Was Ben the one who put those 3 obstacles there in a line? I quite like that setup for this Han build. Fly down the end, turn around, and then just slowly roll behind these clouds.
I think he did actually. I honestly can't remember.
If not, he's absolutely capitalizing on it. But if he did, well planned out. Because I don't usually really think about turn 0 too much.
I have a little bit of a thought about it.
In terms of obstacles and objectives, I just go, yeah, there seems okay. I'd be known to grab an obstacle and just sort of throw it on the board and just see where it ends up.
I like to try and place the obstacles so it makes it a bit tricky to get some of the objectives. Also, depending on what I've got, I might be like, right, I want to... Like, if I'm coming up against a load of droids, I might try and put an obstacle in an unfortunate place to try and be like, you're not going to have a good time landing on that one. So, a gas cloud.
Yeah.
But, I mean, here is quite a nice position. If Oddball doesn't go down, he's got seismic charges, so he could potentially... Oh, looks like Ketsu is being annoying. which isn't gonna. That could ruin my potential idea for a.
Oh, no, there we
Yeah,
go.
that kind of ruins what I was thinking about for the seismic charge.
I mean,
I
it
could
would
have
have been
dropped
a
it and
nice
caught.
yeah. Although, I mean, it still reaches the one at the back.
Yeah, the idea with whether Han will still be there, though, I think he's more likely to. He
Yeah, but you
could
might
come in.
catch Ketsu when she's trying to turn around.
Bro. So she's not in a great position, but
He's
this
got 2
is
charges, and he's about to take quite a lot of damage.
yeah. So that's Anakin into Forlom. That's a hit crit.
He's
That's shot 1.
all on sensibly reinforcing the front.
Yes. So only going to take 1. Seems to be something we're debating there, but not entirely sure what.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, I see. So Ben was reminding me he's got the reinforce. He was like, "Oh, well, you might not need to spend it." I was like, "Yeah, but you could still evade it." So I said it was worth re-rolling it. So, and there is the elusive spend. So that is the crit going through onto Forlom. So Ben was like, "Oh yeah, I mean, regardless, you'll only take 1 damage." I was like, "Yeah, but if you roll an evade."
Console fire is really
Unfortunate.
get just before you shoot.
Yeah. I find the majority of the time I get it after I've shot, which is quite nice.
I mean, if you
And
find
disable
stuff like
power
Anakin at initiative 6, then yeah, that's most likely.
Yeah. And hit crit onto Ketsu. Oh, double evade.
One is keeping on top of Ketsu. Not punching through this turn, but him and Mace are at the back there.
And they both got the bullseye on as well.
Yeah.
Ooh, unobstructed.
Oh, just a little bit slower and he would have got the combo off.
That is unfortunate. I think if he'd have gone any slower, though, he'd have landed on the obstacle because it would have gone hard. But I know what you mean. It's unfortunate.
Spends 1 to calculate. Ooh.
I think that's 1 evade.
Yeah, the die is a bit weird, but TTS always says in the chat what the results are, so...
Yeah, there we go. Realise that Oddball, I'd accidentally clicked click out, so Oddball is back. Yeah, 1 shield on Oddball. Not a bad thing there, actually. I'll take that.
Who are we going to next?
We go over to Oddball and Obi-Wan with the I5 step. So range 1 into Ketsu. I think I know where I'm going to shoot.
Obi-Wan.
Kind of a bit of a... Haha, yes. I think this point, Ketsu, I've got 3 shots into Ketsu. She's a huge target. Definitely worth piling on it. That's unfortunate.
Not what you want to see.
No.
Not even having to spend the token.
Yeah. But
Ketsu
bullseye on again for the Jedi.
And even then, Ketsu is gonna live.
Yeah.
And then marksmanship.
Do I remember marksmanship?
Marksmanship? Maybe not. This is why you always do your triggers so you don't sit.
Fool of a took. Yeah. Read your cards. This is where sometimes doing it on GTS can be a bit trickier. Yeah. So force is gone, and the evade is spent. So that's good. And
here comes the returning shot.
Yeah, and Ketsu's got the target lock as well. That's a great shot there. Survivable. Hit crit.
Depends on the crit.
survivable.
What's the crit?
The crit is
When it's not direct hit, he's still on the board.
loose stabilizer.
Okay.
That a really frustrating one when you only have one hole left.
Yeah. Also, another tractor token.
Tractor. And I think it's at this point that we were double checking whether you can tractor a ship twice. Which,
Yeah.
if memory serves, you can't.
You can't. Okay. I thought that was it, but again, the tractor tokens didn't come up much after the change of rules.
Yeah. And obviously, it would be, whilst it could be quite fun, it would be really unfortunate because you could properly just kite a ship around it, especially if you're running a Nantex list or a tug list. You could just essentially go, I'll have a range 1, tractor beam you. I'll have a range 1, tractor beam you. Just work your way down the list, which would be awful. But that is Oddball now down.
Yes.
Well, at least I don't have to worry about that loose stabilizer, but that is another 6 points. This is a very solid opening from Ben.
It is all up to the Jedi.
Yeah. So
Ben is racking up points in both kills and objectives.
yeah, so he's got 3 on objectives and 6 on kills at the moment, and I've got 1 so far. So I need to start actually getting some points in there. I will definitely be scoring at least 1 point this turn. But this is a range 1 in the bullseye. That is a brilliant shot. And that's 3 damage going on to Ketsu.
Okay.
So if only Oddball had done a little bit more.
Does Forlom actually have a shot? I don't know that he does.
It's
It'll be
very.
close on Anakin.
He
Oh.
does. He's got Annie at range 2
Okay.
or a obstructive range 3 on Mace. I think I know where I'd be putting that shot.
Anakin.
Oh, that's not bad. Got nothing to mod it though. Just the 1 shield on Anakin. Kind of think I'm okay with that.
It's definitely getting to that point in the game though where you need to remove something from the board. You're 2 ships down. Ben has not lost a ship yet. And whilst Ketsu is injured, still kind of operating at full power.
Yeah, because you don't lose anything for being at half points. That was the console fire roll there for Forlom, no damage. Yeah, there's no negative impact for being low on health for these ships, unfortunately. So I need to start getting rid of ships as quickly as possible. And obviously, Oddball didn't really get to drop a seismic charge, which is a bit of a shame.
I mean, you're paying 3 points for a ship. They're not always going to have the best in one aspect. Like in this case, it was health. They actually have decent initiative.
So, Proton Bomb drop there from Anakin, though. Quite possible to catch to Pusk there.
But also, Ketsu has a chance of heading in that direction. Like, not wanting to do the... Maybe that is the K-turn? The K-turn is the only red turnaround maneuver she has, so might try and do a bank to avoid the clouds in front of her.
Yeah, she's definitely not going to want to try and do the K-turn because I'm guaranteed there's not enough room for a 5k in there.
Yeah, I guess her positioning is kind of weird now, because if she tries to bank, she would have to do like a slow bank in order to have enough room to do the 5k, because it is a long maneuver.
Yeah. No, that's something I quite like. When a ship gets too close on TTS, it actually blurs. Or that was quite cool.
Yeah. Oh, looks like Mace Windu is breaking off the attack to try and cut off Anakin.
Yeah. The one bank was also a bit close to the obstacle for next turn. So having to spend a force to barrel roll away. But Obi-Wan is happy that he's probably going to get some form of bullseye in there. I do love flying these Delta 7s. They are really good fun.
And do you prefer flying them with the with this setup, the Delta 7 version with the targeting?
With the calibrated laser targeting, purely for points, yes. Because when it's the Delta 7B, whilst you get the extra red dice and the shields and everything, they're very expensive, and I kind of feel that like those extra points could be used somewhere else. That's brilliant. Thank you very much, Ketsu. I love that positioning from you. I do feel that they are, whilst really solid, you're losing potential for other support ships. So
Yeah.
I probably should fly the 7Bs a bit more often, though, to get more of an idea of it. But yeah.
With how well like high agility, low health ships work together, having more things on the board does seem beneficial for that kind of a ship. So being the cheaper option makes sense.
And I've always liked that sort of more ship mentality, and perfectly cater there from Anakin getting his abilities, spending the force, no stress. Thank you very much.
I mean, you know me. Any ship that can turn around and do something to not take a stress, I do like.
Yes.
It's just weird to see a Y-wing do it.
Well, we've spoken about this at length during Flight Academy and at other points. The Republic Y-wing is such a solid platform.
It's very
I mean, plated hull just tells you exactly how solid it is. But especially with Anakin, 3 force on there, he's 5 points and has 25 points of loadout.
We are still using, was it the XWA beta points for this game? And I brought it up in Flight Academy. I do think at least Anakin in the Y-wing needs some adjustment.
Yeah, I will admit, despite using them, it's fun. He has probably got a bit too much, but here is the crits onto Ketsu and Forlom. It's a console fire on Ketsu. Oh, sorry, to Pusk, not on Forlom, to Pusk, he's just taking a shield. We have a console fire on Ketsu, which is, I mean, don't get me wrong, direct hit or hull breach would have been cooler, but I will take a console fire there.
Potentially damage, we'll see if it's, well, I mean, obviously the card itself is damaged, but it's potentially extra damage.
Range 1 into Forlom. Could this be Forlom gone? Not great, but we've got the target lock and we've still got 2 force. So guaranteed at least 2 damage going through because of the reinforce of the rear. 2 damage, Ben, not the entire deck.
I'm very curious to see where Obi-Wan's positioning is, whether or not
if he catches the bullseye
will trigger or not.
Looking at it, the reinforce will trigger. Oh, sorry, Forlom's actually down.
Wait, how did... What
I thought we had a bit more than that.
Did we miscount health?
We must have miscounted something.
Forgotten about?
Possibly. Maybe it was actually reinforced in the front, not the rear. Well, Forlom's down, so that's a good start.
You know what, that might have been it.
Yeah.
Sometimes that token looks the same, or people put the token down and like point it in the right direction, but that's not how it works.
Yeah.
Okay, Forlom's gone.
That's the start of where I needed to go. Oh, that's a great shot from Han, but you spent the focus there.
Yeah, to take no damage on a low health ship, absolutely.
You spent both force. Got the bullseye. Also, Mace Windu, when he does a red maneuver
on the offense, you have the chance of spending it.
Also Mace is going to get one of the end phase. If he does a red maneuver, he'll also gain another.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, that's Mace's thing, isn't it?
Obi-Wan, you absolute brute.
Wow.
Hit double crit into Pusk. That's...
I'm surprised that you weren't trying to take a shot at Ketsu there.
I'm probably looking at it going, I have a bullseye shot into Pusk that's going to be quite damaging, and he's now triple stressed. So
I mean,
that's
you
not
didn't know he was going to be triple stressed, though.
No, but I mean, I think I just went, I've got a bullseye shot, take it while I can. Ketsu's not doing anything
Yeah, I
this
guess the
turn,
bullseye ability is pretty key to these things, isn't it?
and Ketsu's got an evade as well. So Ketsu is just scoring points on
true, I have missed
objectives,
that.
so
Yeah, okay.
that so far has been a pretty fantastic turn, and we've still got
more to go.
Mace to shoot.
Did we do Ketsu's console fire?
Don't think we have yet.
Because I know she doesn't have a target to shoot at, but she does still engage.
Mace, calm it down a bit. You've really taken the fact that you are aggressive today.
Is this the version of Mace Windu from the Gendy cartoon, where he just goes, I'm not going to use a lightsaber, I'm going to punch this massive army of droids?
I think so, and that's a blinded pilot onto Han Solo.
I mean,
The
yeah,
turnaround.
That was an incredible turn for your Republic. Yeah.
I mean, I'm now scoring 3 points on objectives. Actually, yeah, 3 points on objectives. Ben is scoring 2. Taking out Forlom, that's a huge points jump there. Who needs V-Wings? Apparently not me.
I don't.
That was crazy. It's still not over, though. Still not over. Again, some good shots from Han or Ketsu, or some great positioning. Still could score lots of
I
points.
think Ben is in some positioning trouble, though. Tupusk is very stressed. Probably end up just going, you know what, I'm going to get out of the way with a white maneuver.
And that was Ketsu's console fire.
Oh, okay, so it did happen. Oh, and it did get damaged by the looks of it.
Yeah. Well, Ketsu can now do the K-turn. If she wants.
Yeah, and it gets probably just close enough to the objective.
Oh, there's the K-turn for Mace Windu getting another force back.
Mace has 3 force. That's so good.
I mean, I would be surprised if Mace didn't have 3 force, to be honest. He is...
No, it makes sense.
Obviously.
And the trade-off is, I guess, he's initiative 4, but...
He doesn't have a lot... It doesn't have a huge loadout either.
What is he? Oh, yeah, he's only got 3.
Yeah, so he's very light on loadout.
I like the setup here. Brilliant evasion, I do like, especially on someone who has got a lot of force.
Yeah.
And then compassion. I don't think we've actually seen compassion happen, but for 1 extra point, I mean, what else are you going to put on this?
It was basically compassion is a 1.1.
Or the Q7 Astromech to overlap obstacles when you boost a barrel roll. That's pretty much it. So yeah, and with how many other ships you've got around, compassion makes sense.
If I happen to spend a lot of force, I've got the option of getting some back. So haven't actually triggered it, but yeah, it's quite nice. But Obi-Wan is obviously now thinking, right, let's have a look and see what we can do with Han.
I think Han has now managed to get the combo on Obi-Wan.
Good do. They look pretty parallel to me, so if he hasn't managed to get it, I would be a bit surprised.
Parallel, but because Han is like slightly further forward, I think the closest point is still the rear, isn't it?
Yes, I would agree.
Who else is still to move, or is that everyone?
So everyone has moved. So yeah, straight down, straight across. So trick shot is live.
So yeah, trick shot happens. So it's obstructed. You roll one additional attack die. And then Han Solo is, while you defend or perform a primary attack, if the attack is obstructed by an score, you may roll one additional die.
I think he missed one there.
Yeah.
Should have been 4 dice there then, which would have actually
those abilities stack.
would have actually got a shield there. Looks like just sneaking a range 1 into Tupusk. Tupusk, it was nice to know you, but you might be a bit kaput here.
I mean, with a force modified short range 1 with a target lock, I would be surprised if he lived.
Night night, Tupusk.
You know, for starting this game really focusing on Ketsu, you've managed to clear up 2 other ships.
Yeah. I mean, Forlom, I was actually quite... Forlom's a weird one.
He kind of fell into your lap.
Yeah, he kind of fell into my lap, and he's a really bulky ship, but once you start getting enough shots into him, he can just drop really quickly.
I think also Ben, having Ketsu, like, she's very strong in the opening, as we saw, but once she goes past people and there's some distance, not having that ability does seem to hinder her quite a bit.
Yeah, and she has just taken... Well, I think she might have spent the Force there. She's still got the console fire.
The Force has been used by Ketsu.
Yeah. Yeah. Arc indicator getting in the way of turning off the...
Oh, another damage off the console fire.
Oh. That console fire is doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
But it's actually... The points are now even at this stage.
I mean, they are, but even with your current positioning, you're getting quite a few objectives. I mean, is Anakin also getting that one behind him?
It's close. No, I'm not sure. I don't think he will. I think it will be a point each if everything stays up.
So it would remain even points.
Yeah, no bullseye there for Obi-Wan. I would have been a little bit rude if I'd managed to get bullseye pretty much every single turn.
I spend that force. I think I'd leave that one force and go into the next round with an extra one.
Yeah. I think I was getting greedy at that point. Seeing the sort of green dice sort of disappear a little bit for Ben, I thought, oh, you never know, maybe.
Also, yeah, I think Han should have rolled an extra one.
It's a Han's ability.
Yeah, Han is... Yeah, while you defend or perform a primary attack, if it's obstructed, roll one additional die. So I think Ben is just flat out missing Han's ability, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think we've both missed a few. Obviously, I've missed the marksmanship, as we said, a couple of times. I think obviously for Ben, that's a little bit more damaging missing that. But I mean, this one, oh, I must have caught that.
It is a you may ability, so you can miss it.
Yeah.
I'm very curious to see how ships end up on this round. I feel like Han is probably just doing maybe a fast bank move to get close to that other objective, keep some distance.
Yeah. Maybe a 3 bank or 3 hard even.
I mean, I guess he's probably got some good blues. Fairly fast, actually. Yeah. I mean, goes fast, clears the stress, gets some distance closer.
Does she want to rotate?
Really? If Anakin's going to go behind Ketsu and just turn the turret, maybe?
I think Ben's hoping for the bump
going
there.
to go quite fast. That might have been the thought process, but
I mean, the scary thing for Ben right now is he's obviously got console fire on there still.
Oh, he didn't fix that. Oh, that is risky, but you know what? I kind of respect it.
Yeah.
Like 1 health, I'm gonna go down in a blaze of glory.
3 hard from Han Solo. Looks like he's got himself out of Obi-Wan's bullseye. Oh, one forward from the Y-wing.
Oh, does bump. Takes the red. Well, it takes the red focus, then goes, "Oh look,
No,
you're in my arc."
no, didn't bump.
Oh, sorry, I think.
That's after it's moved. Yeah, so he's actually pretty good.
Oh, that's really not good to get to.
No,
I thought it
not
bumped.
good at all.
Not bad.
There's a target lock hidden behind it
Right.
as well.
Well, first up is Han. I'm guessing this is into Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Asking if he wants to do the double reroll, but he's got blinded pilot, so he can't do the double reroll.
Oh yeah, the blind pilot shuts down quite. Oh, that might be why we didn't. Wait, when did he get that crit? That might be why he was missing the extra die. Although I think he still should have had it for the defense.
Yeah. So this is Anakin. Gonna spend the focus. Hit, crit. That is Ketsu Onyo down. Big score there.
And I mean, Han's already shot.
Han's already shot, so now what can Obi-Wan and Mace do? Can they finish this off?
I mean, even if they don't, you have got it on points.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really swung back in your favor. Ben had such a strong opening, and then
Ben's opening was absolutely brilliant. It really, like, he took out Obo and Klick so quickly.
I feel like it might be down to targeting down the clones first, when clearly the Jedi are trickier to take out.
Yeah.
Like, if all of those attacks had gone into, say, Anakin at the start, that
He might have been
would have
down.
been significantly worse for you.
Obviously, I chucked in Klick early doors. So Klick was in there just to take those hits. Obviously, I didn't want him to go down, but it allowed both of those Jedi to flank round, which worked so well for them. But yeah,
That's it.
That is actually game. That was, from where it started, it was what, 9 points to 1 at the end of like
Until
turn
you
3.
had that amazing round, I was like, oh, okay, well, I can sort of see where this is going. And then that happened, and it was like, oh, wait, hang on.
I was very concerned up until about round 4, and then when that started happening, I was like, "Oh, okay, this might start working." But console fire did a lot of work for me. That really helped. And as soon as I was able to take one of those ships off the board, it took off a gun, but it also took off a huge scoring potential for Ben, because medium base and large base ships are great at area control.
True.
So I will say it was a fantastic list to see Ben flying. I'd love to see him
Some
fly
very
again.
good stuff going on with it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, very cool. So Ben, thank you very much for playing, mate. It was fantastic. It was a great game. Really enjoyed that. James, thank you very much for joining us, and I hope that you enjoyed seeing some Republican Scum action.
Yeah, there's some very interesting things going on there. And thanks for having me on.
No worries, bud. Always great to have you. And guys, there we go. That's another game. As I said, brought to you by Out of Art Gaming. We have plenty more content coming up in the future. So don't forget, like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time.